This Rep Fitness Open Trap Bar 2-month review is for you and for me, the average guy looking to crush those home gym workouts, put on some muscle and fight off that dad bod. Now, if you are deadlifting 6 plates or you're on the leaderboard at the CrossFit Games, hey, sorry, not sorry. This review just isn't for you. The No Fate channel, checking in. Jonathan here, and the average home gym owner has room and money for one and only one trap bar. And today I'm reviewing the Rep Fitness Open Trap Bar to help you decide, hey, if this is the #1 beast of burden for your home gym. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome aboard. I drop new equipment reviews every week. Cost. The one topic that's the hardest for me to articulate and probably the one that many of you care the most about. For me, home gym is my one and only hobby, aside from collecting monitors. I don't have expensive hobbies aside from home gym. I don't wear expensive watches. I have old used cars and I've got no need to get a new one. So I have no problem funneling most of my extra cake, cash, cheddar into my home gym. I know it's easy for me to say cost doesn't matter, but the reality is many of you are on a tight budget. Maybe you're in debt, you've got student loans, you're living paycheck to paycheck, or you just want to get the best value for your dollar because every dollar you save can go into future pieces of equipment. All the price points I'm going to mention are MSRP. I'm not going to factor in sales or discount codes or any of that stuff. Obviously, if you run into a crazy, amazing sale, that will skew the price point compared to the Rep Fitness Open Trap Bar, but we're gonna go face value. You've got Bells of Steel at the low end at $300. You've got Titan Fitness, $330. That is a closed trap bar. They plan to release their open trap bar later in the year, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't speak to it. Boom, we're at $400 for the Rep Fitness Open Trap Bar. Rogue Fitness has a closed trap bar that many people love, but that is $395 plus shipping. Clearly, depending on where you live and how much you order through Rogue, that will vary, but it does usually come in over that $400 Rep Fitness price point. Vulcan comes in at $500, but they're one of the companies that puts that bar on sale every other week. You've got Alico at $800, and that is a wide span of expense. Do keep in mind in terms of longevity that whether you go with the cheapest cap trap bar off of Amazon or the most expensive bar you can find, it's gonna last you forever. Forever. Is the juice worth the squeeze? What are the standouts for that $400 price tag? #1, 28mm stainless steel handles. These things are not only beautiful, they feel great in your hand, and I absolutely love them. They mimic all of my barbells. I've got no insider information, but I have to imagine because these handles are removable in about 3 minutes with an Allen wrench, that is a surefire clue that Rep Fitness will be releasing additional handle options in the future. So Rep Fitness must have known I was wrapping up the editing on my 2-month Open Trap Bar review, because just today, just as I was hitting the render button, they released brand new handles for their Open Trap Bar, answering the question that everyone has had since the release: are the handles too wide? So of course I've got to re-edit my video and we've got to talk about it. Today, November 15th, they had their daily Black Friday sale of the Open Trap Bar, and of course, what did they do to surprise everyone? They added handle options. Now, they kept the Open Trap Bar at $400, and you can pick which handles you get. They added 3 additional styles: standard, narrow, and rotating. Now, do not be confused. The ones that came with the original trap bars, the 27-inch width handles, are the wide handles. So narrow is 23 inches wide, handle to handle. Standard is 25 inches wide. Rotating is 24.6 inches wide, and then wide, which was what I could call the old standard wide, is going to be the original 27 inches wide. So clearly you can see that there's a long range of hand width between the most narrow 23 and the widest 27. You're going to think, oh man, Rep Fitness played all of their longtime Love It fans that instantly bought the Open Trap Bar when first it came out. No, Rep Fitness doing it right. Why? Because they gave everyone the option that bought the trap bar before today, before the release of the new handles, the option to get an additional set of handles for gratis, for free. All you got to do is call their customer service, give them your order number. Bob is your uncle. That's an absolute game changer for what is going to happen when people are comparing apples to apples in terms of these open trap bars, because everyone who was concerned that the wide handles, which were the widest handles in terms of comparing other open trap bars at 27 inches, were wide unless you were like over 6'1" or 6'1" like I am. I thought the handles were fine, but clearly, as I mentioned in the video, I do prefer that they would be like an inch more narrow. So it'll be interesting when I get my handles in to see which ones I then prefer over the wide, but I got a feeling my sweet spot's gonna be this standard at 25 inches. Weighing in at a hefty 60 pounds, this 84.3-inch long man maker can hold 900 pounds with those 16.5-inch loadable sleeves. If you've got a small home gym, do know that it is going to take some wrangling to get this thing in and out of position. I will tell you though, in my home gym corner that I have here, it's not that much of a headache, but I do need to be mindful of the ceiling when I go to store this thing. The height of the high handle is going to be 11.3 inches from floor to center. Keep in mind that is 3 to 5 inches lower than much of the competition. And for me, not noticeable. I don't necessarily prefer a higher or lower handle, but I do know some of you that love your super heavy rack pulls or your super heavy trap bar deadlifts that will impact you because it's gonna make you do more work. You are gonna be a bit lower and gonna have to drive out of that hole just a bit more. Anyone that has ever owned and operated a trap bar knows that it's an absolute pain in the balls to load and unload. For that reason alone, this Rep Fitness open trap bar is one you need to consider, because when it is in this standing position, it is buttery smooth to load and unload these plates. You can use an open trap bar for just about anything. Hell, you can use it to bring in the groceries, but let's get realistic. As far as hex bar deadlifts, yeah, this thing excels. Squatting with this big behemoth on your back is frankly extremely comfortable. I think that's in part because of the wide bar that they use and that center knurling. In fact, if you don't already have a safety squat bar, you will probably find yourself using this to replicate that motion. One exercise that completely caught me off guard in terms of how good it felt was the cambered bench press. I never expected to be doing that with this open trap bar because I already have so many multi-grip bars, but when in terms of testing, I leave no stone unturned. If you don't already have a multi-grip bar, then I think you're gonna be adding this into your chest days. One exercise that is as good as advertised with this open trap bar is the shrugs. You throw this thing into your rack, you step in, and you go to town. The neutral hand position allows you to take a lot of stress off your arms and your wrists and put it all on your traps. Because of that neutral hand position as well, the weight is further back, so you're able to activate your traps that much more. Like I mentioned, there's crazy amounts of exercises you can incorporate this open trap bar into, but frankly, many of them you're just not going to use with regards to your yoke carries, your overhead press, your Viking press, your Bulgarian split squats, and your lunges. It's just not 100% practical, and I think you're probably just gonna do it once or twice to get that social media photo, and that's gonna be a wrap. This OTB has plenty of internal space. Over the past 2 months, I've loved deadlifting with this bad boy, but keep in mind, if you do own a deadlift platform, these feet will put grooves into your wood. That wood is a softer material and it is meant for your feet, not for plates or for these feet. It's time. It is time for Fate of the Union, what the kids call real talk. And if you already own a trap bar, even if it's a non-rackable trap bar with only like a 500-pound weight threshold, I would absolutely hang on to it and not bother to upgrade. Frankly, you're just gonna get most of the same attributes you already have with your existing bar, and unless you're running out of sleeve space on that rack bar, stick with it and hold the fort. Now, if you don't have an open trap bar, or you've just outgrown the rinky-dink one you've already got, then the Rep Fitness Open Trap Bar has to be at the top of your very short list that you are considering. Frankly, it's that dang good with respect to all the attributes that it gives you at that $400 price tag. The handles alone are frankly unmatched, unparalleled. And the fact that they're removable makes me bet, and I am a betting man, that they're going to be releasing new handle options in the near future. Frankly, when this video comes out, they might already have done that. Absolutely check the links in the description because, of course, those links do help me out and all proceeds go right back into the channel for future reviews. Now, if you came this far in the video, you and I are like Luigi and Mario. We're best friends. You better believe it. Thanks for making it to the end. And as usual, don't save anything for the trip back.